All right, anybody who does eBay knows that summer is a very slow time for eBay. It's a very slow time for me right now too, but I made $440 this weekend, and let's see what sold. All right, 9 things on the table as you can see so far. To go over these, this is a Sony Dream Machine, something you can play your stereo out of. Car stereo. Thermostats are always a hit. Sirius XM radios are something you should always be looking out for. Netgear Orbi stuff, everybody should know that. A dissolved oxygen analyzer that I got on a very low sell-through rate and I wasn't very confident in, but it did sell. Vintage baseball gloves. Digital cameras, as always. And an old Apple product from like Macintosh days. I do have a breakdown because I'm pretty responsible about finding the prices I got stuff on, so I believe I know the prices of all of these things I bought for. This, $9.99 at Goodwill. This, I think it was $5 at my local Habitat for Humanity, $2 at a yard sale, $5 at a yard sale, $7, $2, $4 at the Arc. I believe I got this at a yard sale in a $5 bin. This technically came for free with a bunch of electronics. So all in all, if I added that in my head right, I believe I was like a little under $40. To turn $40 into $440, I mean, that's pretty good return. That's like 110% return. I just thought about it, that's actually a 1,100% return. What other business could you do where you had a 1,100% return on investment within a couple months? But anyways, before we get to shipping, I want to tell you guys a little bit about where I'm going with my business right now. I've been talking to somebody who is into buying pallets, and he sells the stuff out of the pallets on Facebook Marketplace. He has a storage unit where he has shelving just like this, and he puts up like items from the pallets he buys for like $50 to $200, and he'll sort them, post them all on Facebook Marketplace and sell them locally. I think that that's something I want to add to my business. I think it would be right up my alley, and it would be cool to be making a lot more cash sales instead of through PayPal and eBay. But yeah, I recently read somewhere that the average millionaire has 5 streams of income. At this point, that would put me at 4 streams of income. If you're trying to keep to that model, then I mean, I'm getting up there. But anyways, let's ship all these items and get them over to the post office. I always try to pack my packages in nice packing. I either use packing materials from Walmart or I get boxes from work that have minimal to no stickers on them. As you can see in this video, I'll cut down boxes to the point of where they kind of hug and conform to the product so that nothing bounces around inside and then they stay pretty safe. I make sure to double wrap everything big and double wrap as you see in this video right here. And boom, we got everything packed. Alright, perfect. Now that everything's packaged, let me show you how I do my shipping. I try to do shipping kind of like a speed run process. I try to make it as easy as possible. So usually I'll take my packages on my scale here. I'll weigh them each individually, write the weight and the dimensions on them, send them to the other side so that when I get my laptop, I can just go down the list and go like 8 ounces, 6 by 6 by 2, and just enter it in, go down the list, print all the labels at once, and go down the list and start slapping labels on packages. When shipping on eBay, don't ship FedEx. I've had terrible experiences with them where they give like discretions on like, oh, it was an ounce over what you said, so we're going to charge you $100 and some ridiculous stuff like that. I always use Ground Advantage and I always round up 1 ounce. Let me give you an idea of what I'm talking about when I say I want to speed run my shipping. I'm going to weigh it. Nikon camera, 7.1 ounce. We're going to say 8 ounces. We're going to write that on it. It's going to be 6 by 6 by 2. We're going to write that on the package. We're going to put it in a small enough area so that when we slap our label over it, it covers the writing that we put on the package and it looks more professional. Slide to the next one. 1 pound, 10.5 ounces. That's 1 pound, 11 ounces. Boom. 8, 6, 3. 8 by 6 by 3 in a small enough area on the package so that you can slap a label over it and it looks professional. And now we're going to go do that to all the rest of the packages. Time lapse for this one because I'm sure it's getting boring. I do the same thing whether I'm shipping 5, 10, or 50 packages. It's a pretty efficient way to get labels on packages and not mix them up and make sure the product that you shipped out is getting over to your buyer. All right, all my stuff's put away. My packages are weighed and measured, so let's go get my laptop. Bust out your laptop, go to eBay, go to your orders, and press get labels in bulk. I actually sold one thing while we were shipping, so we're gonna grab that. If that's not a testament to how fast you sell things when you're posting on your store every day and keeping up with your eBay, then I don't know what is. In the time that it took to ship all these things that I've been doing this video, I have already sold another thing. All right, this one's a Hello Baby baby monitor camera, and by my SKU system, it says it is in that bin. That's one thing I have to say that's super important about having a good SKU system and being well sorted in your business is if I just had these bins filled with random stuff and I just needed to guess which bin this baby monitor was in, it would have taken a very long time to find it, and I would have been working for less than an hour just due to how much time it took me to find an item. But yeah, anyways, we got one more thing to ship, so let's hit the time lapse. One more thing means we gotta weigh it one more time too. 10 ounces. Six by 6 by 2. We are now ready to take all these numbers and enter them into eBay. With this shipping process, I kind of just go down the list and I write the dimensions and the weight of the packages that we just got on the scale and write them into the eBay app, and it gives me a quote for labels. All right, we've entered in all those numbers, downloaded the labels, and now it's time to plug in our money printer. The money printer's going. This is one of my favorite noises in the world. The little tearing off of all the labels just means your store's moving and you're making money. I use a Brother label printer. I've printed thousands upon thousands of labels with it. I think it's better to buy quality ones than to buy some random Amazon label printer a million times that only prints out a couple hundred labels for you before it dies. Yeah, anyways, this one has lasted me a really long time. Got our labels now, all printed out in order from recently sold to least recently sold, so we're gonna go back in our list on eBay. This is something I usually do on my phone because I'd rather not track back in the computer, it's a little too advanced. I could really just go on my phone, go to the most recent orders, scroll back, most recent, second most recent, third most recent, fourth most recent, and just put them on the packages. I'm gonna put them in some bags and then we'll be ready to go to the post office. I forgot I'm using my phone to record, so we're actually gonna do it the old school way. Don't just go down the list, make 100% sure that the product that you have the label for is the same product that is on the package you're putting the label on, because I have accidentally shipped the wrong stuff to wrong people. Funny enough, I think that was easier than using my phone. I might have to integrate that into my systems to save myself some time. Now, as I get ready to go to the post office, this is one kind of funny tip. One good thing that helps you in reselling is actually to have nice bags to carry stuff into the post office with that fit a good amount of packages, so that instead of doing multiple loads and bringing back and forth, I print my labels at home, I stuff them in these bags, I carry 2 little bags to the post office, I just dump them in the bins and I'm good to go. Updated, we actually made $470 so far this weekend. We still have the rest of Sunday to make money. These are ready to go to the post office though, and all my orders are caught up with, so thank you for watching.